Welcome everybody to this episode of Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with my other host.
Uncle Spoke.
and middle brother Damon Armstrong. How everybody doing?
Hope everybody is doing well. You know, um, I was going through our archives and saw that we went back as early as December 2022. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, and we were definitely this is from the lives. This is from the lives. It has nothing to do with our pre-recorded stuff. So we strong in 2 years, 2.5 years. You know what I mean? Because it's matter of fact, we were in the COVID years, as a matter of fact. You know what I mean? Like the end of the COVID years. But how you doing today, Damon?
Doing all right, man. Nice easy day, man. This is my type of weather too. Cool weather. I'm a fall guy, man. So
I'm all summer. Go ahead.
I enjoyed it, man. The time I spent out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I just relaxed, man. Chill with the grandbaby, and we was just chilling, watching Disney.
Cool. Cool. Jaquari, what about you, sir? How was your day?
It was a regular Friday, man. I don't usually have to put in, a whole 8-hour shift or whatever, man. So I got off a little early and was able to get some things done, that I've been struggling with, for the better part of the week. But it was a good day. It's productive.
Good. And me as well. I am the alarm clock in my house. So my youngest son, he is a junior in high school now. So I have to get up at 5 o'clock to wake him up. And once he's out the house, I catch a power nap. So since it was a Friday, it was a super power nap. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Where it was long and so long, it was like a 2.5 hour nap. It was so long, you know how you think it's later than it really is? And I forgot that he's a bus rider. And it was after, because I used to do the carpool with him. It was after the carpool. I'm like, oh shit! I'm grabbing my keys. I got it. Let me get. And I said, hey man, you know how you talk to yourself. Hey man, sit your behind down. Relax, man, relax. You know what I'm saying?
So hey man, did he go? Did he go to high school? He go to high school at a steel mill or a goddamn iron foundry or something? You say you got to get got up at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Got to wake him up, man. Got to wake him up.
Damn, it take that long?
First of all, now y'all go ahead with that because we all grew up together. I'm the only one who was getting woke up at 5 o'clock and got up at 5 o'clock.
I was a child. There wasn't no reason for me to get up and we wasn't. We live on a goddamn farm. So I had to tote that bars and lift that bell. I wish somebody would bother me at 5 o'clock in the damn morning when I was a child.
Before me and Damon walked out the door to go to the bus, did one of us not wake you up before we walked out the door?
Yeah, shit. When I was a child, everybody woke me up before they walked out the door.
Well, our mother.
At least you didn't get woke up like this. Ha! Get up there! Get him over! Ah!
Yeah. Y'all. Get y'all's ass out the bed.
Yeah.
All right.
The funny thing is with Flute, on regular days, you know, about 5:30 because the bus came about what 6:30 or something like that.
Never rode the bus, man. I always had to walk.
No, you have to walk. But on the regular days, you know, I would only have to come in there twice. Hey man, come on, man, let's go. Right? When it was time to take the damn trash out on Fridays,
Mm.
he acted like he was in a damn coma. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, come and help me with this trash. Oh, what do you mean? Wait a minute. Okay, here I come. 15 minutes later, you know what I mean?
You know, it must have been nice having two of y'all around and shit at the same time.
First of all,
Let
Jaquan,
me back on that.
first of all,
What?
it was easy work, man. You killed me.
What was easy work? It was easy work for two. It was easy work for two people.
First of all, no.
But when y'all left, I had to do everything.
Hold on. With me and your brother, it
I
was
can't argue
either
with that.
look. With me and your middle brother, it was either me doing it, shoveling the snow, or raking the grass, or him doing it. It was never us together. It was never us together.
So you say so you're saying that essentially you didn't do the shit all the time and he didn't do all the shit all the time, right? I'm saying that
Oh,
I did the shit all the time.
You kind of backed into that one, bro.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how am I backing in, taking
because
trash
because
to
you
the
made that
curb?
statement.
Hold
Yeah.
on, Luke, hold on. Taking trash to the curb, right, and shoveling snow. What was the problem?
Because you just said
No,
sometimes you did it, sometimes he did it.
I get
I
that.
did it every time.
I get
And sometimes I had to shovel the snow and take the garbage out on the same goddamn day.
and you know what it did? It produced a hard working man.
Oh man, look.
Why? Come on, man. Come on.
Mm.
Look,
Hey,
look.
man, hey, keep. I got the right to my story, brother. I have every right to my story.
I'm not debating your story.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
saying, no.
You say yes, you are.
First of all,
Yes, you are.
I'm not telling you that you had to walk 10 miles to go to school. Did I say that?
No, and
Did
I ain't said it either.
no. Did I downplay that either? I
I believe you tried to.
First of all, okay. Humor me on this one then. If I'm trying,
Nope,
no, I need you to humor me because
nope.
I'm trying 3 to 4 bags from 40 feet from the back of the house to the front of the house.
Keep.
Man,
No,
I'm
no,
saying
Keith.
this what I'm
No,
talking
it ain't it ain't fair, Keith. Because every time you start big brother in this shit, I don't say nothing. I let you have that, don't I?
Well,
Don't I?
what does it have to do with the big brother, man?
Because you got your story and I got mine.
No. Wait, hold on. I didn't dispute your story.
Yes, you did.
What I said was it wasn't that kind of work. That's all I said. I ain't saying your story was wrong. Yeah, you was by yourself when you had to shovel the snow and do all that different shit. Because
Okay, you didn't deny it. You just minimized it. I understand.
that's all I was doing. That's all I
Yeah,
was doing.
I get it. I get it.
Are you with me now?
Hey, for
Hey,
real.
man, yeah.
Let me tell you about
It is.
okay. You know,
Yeah.
Look, I was not disparaging anybody's character. All I said was the work
I
wasn't
understand.
that hard. That's all I said.
I understand.
You know. But yo,
well, you know what?
that was
Real,
true.
the
That
truth
was
be
true.
told,
It was just me and Fluke. Both of us, we were tag teaming shit. You know what I'm saying? But I worked with the if we was tag teaming, I worked with the meanest heel. If we was in the ring, I worked with fucking Undertaker, and Fluke worked with Roddy Piper and shit. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Hey man,
every now and then I got the Grim Reaper because the man come outside and I done shoveled a pathway this wide and shit. And he say, "Son, am I supposed to use both my legs, man? What is this?"
hey man, did Pop ever threaten y'all to do something that y'all ain't never seen him do? I ain't never seen him cut a blade of grass or shovel a goddamn crystal of snow or wash a dish.
No.
I saw him watching this.
No, I'm gonna tell you, no household stuff. I seen him cook one time and got mad at him. You know why I got mad? Because he was chefing it up. He burned that. We had some damn black eyed peas. He fried some stuff up. I'm like, this is a meal. He only did it one time I ever seen him do it. You know what I'm saying? Now I seen him work hard outside the house, like going to a job or doing some other stuff.
But I'm talking about housework.
Housework? Oh no, he ain't nothing with that.
I saw him washing the dishes one time.
He probably need a bowl to get some
because he needed it, motherfucker.
I saw him washing dishes. So probably my mind ain't that a bitch.
Yeah.
You mean you capable?
What?
He's to kill me, man.
We need to negotiate on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy thing, is, just the fact that we describing a traditional household, period. You feel what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, the three of us could thrive in a traditional household. You know what I'm saying? Where, and y'all let me know if y'all feel this, where I appreciated the fact that our mother went to work, right? And then when she got off of work, within 20 minutes, the three of us had a meal. And the four of us had a meal, and we were sitting there eating. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
While she was eating her thick sliced bologna sandwiches and a Mountain Dew.
But you don't think it's sort of set unrealistic goals, man?
It depended on the mother in that case. It's not unrealistic, man, because all right, let me put it like this.
At the end of the day, any mother's a human being, man. And, the job she had, she used her back all day, man. She was on her feet all day, and then she come home and and cook it up or whatever. How much of her spirit got killed doing that shit, man?
Oh man, come on, dog. Because look, I know because my wife here used to always have to work late. So when I was taught how to cook as a young man and get things done, it was a certain time my boys had to eat because that's what was taught to us by our mother. You see what I'm saying? So I would get off of work and get it done. And what I'm saying in response to that is sometimes morally it's messed up when you got grown ass people at the house and your mama got to come home with them grown men and women and cook a meal. Morally, that's messed up. But physically, that's possible. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the thing about it is, it's like, what? I just have not been like that because, we pretty much grew up in a traditional household. Our father led that. He was the, what do you call it? The king of the castle. I'm the king, right? And our mother respected that, right? But also, I don't know about you guys. Also, I was able to appreciate just how strong our mother was to be able to do that. What do you guys think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was. She was absolutely, the pinnacle of what I believe womanhood to be, you
Mhm.
know. But it's just as I get older, man, and especially, closer to the age, around the time when, I really, really started to pay real attention to, who she was in her life and everything, right before she retired. I just found myself, just asking, man, is my mother happy? Is she happy? What else does she want to do?
Yeah, yeah,
What
but
else does she want to do? I mean, she told me a story about around the time when she met Pop and everything, and somehow or another, I think you might have been born, Keith, but somewhere around that time, somebody wanted her to do some print modeling or something.
okay.
Yeah, she talked about it like, that was a
So what?
shot.
So what was it? Was it because of John, or because of our father, or was it more? It was the times.
I think she had just had, as you said before, she had tradition ingrained in her, man.
Yeah,
And she was, she got married young, she had children young, and she was there, and she was going to do it. She was bound and determined to do everything she could, to make her household, function.
yeah.
Her
You
her
know what?
her her dreams be damned. You know,
You know,
I
That's where I'm stuck at. But go ahead, Damon. You had something to say?
you know what our mother did, man. She normalized real touchy situations, man. You know what I'm saying? Our mother was able to deal with what she had to deal with in what 1978. You know what I'm saying? You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. With the cancer thing. She held that down. She held all of us down. She was strong in that aspect, and she didn't know. Maybe that's the wrong word to choose, normalize it, but she made you know. She gave you that feeling that everything was going to be all right, and there was still expectations, put in place. You know, and you think about it, man. All the things, all the trials and tribulations she went through on a personal level, she was able to still make all our games and shit. Like y'all mentioned earlier, she fixed all the meals and stuff. You know what I'm saying? She maintained stuff and didn't relent on the expectations that she had on us. Man. You know what I'm saying? It was like a natural thing to her. You know, it was like a natural thing. I told the story, 100 times how I wrecked on the bike and how she patched me up. Whereas when I was washing dishes, I cut my hand and I made a little sound, and Pop was standing right next to me. All right, let's go. We going to the hospital. You know, whereas Mom would have been like, all right, calm down. You're being hysterical right now. Here, let me wrap that up for you. We on our way. You know what I'm saying? It's like when my when I was in college, my hand got crushed. You know, and Mom walked in the room, and the first thing she saw was, "Oh hell no, you got to get up and start moving, bro." You know what I'm saying? And just took charge. Just could took control, and that was just a part of her nature. That's just who she was. Man. She was
Yeah.
a strong. She is that prototype mother for men. That's what she was.
I mean, okay, that's a great point. I think what I'm stuck on personally is this: we we put certain ways of being with certain genders, male, female. Oh, that's a man's thing. That's a woman's thing, right? Some things are man things. Some things are woman things. But then there are certain things, attributes, when it comes to people, that is universal, that you can't put in no, like. we speak on our mothers, we speak on strength, but our father was strong. You know what I'm saying? Like the three of us are the way we are when we handle people because of both of them, how they saw things. I think it was a unisex thing when it came to dealing in a stressful situation, in a volatile situation, where we learn from both our mother and father. You know what I'm saying? Like me feeling, like Damon, you said it earlier, when you cut your finger, how our father was like, yo, let's go get this done, right? But then in some households, it's the mother that does that. You see what I'm saying? So I think those are one of those kind of things, right? Those characteristics where it's a universal thing, is what I'm saying. Not to bog it down too much, but it's a universal thing. It's yo, this is who I am. This is what you're supposed to be like. You know what I'm saying? This ain't what a man's supposed to be. Oh, this is what you supposed to be. Who are you? What are you about? You know what I'm saying? What are you about? And how are you going to act? Now it is some man shit. It is some man shit and some man codes that we follow to get us through life. You know what I mean? But when it comes to emotional stuff, I think people misconstrue emotional feelings and try to divide them between a male and a female. You know what I'm saying? Not all of it, but just some of those things they get wrong because of the propaganda we see on TV and in books. What do you think about that? I was a little long-winded, but what do y'all think about that?
Emotions, man, are not innately male or female, man. I mean, the human body is a vessel that possesses all emotion. Now, for the sake of society, man, you know, we have put labels on that, you know, as you just said. But uh, I've known, you know, tough guy, roughneck, feminine dudes, you know, with feminine ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've known lipstick model, soft women who was hard edge. You know what I mean? It all depends on what you celebrate. You know, I appreciate a woman, you know, who don't take no shit. You know, hell, I married one. You know, do I like it all the time? No, I don't like it all the time because you know, just like I said, she don't take no shit. She don't take no shit from me neither. You know, you can't, you know, you can't be attracted to a trait and then you know when you believe it starts to work against you, you, put the negative on it. You can't do that. You got to take people as they are.
I totally agree with that, man. Absolutely, especially when you're dealing with your offsprings, man. It's a matter of knowing each offspring, you know, and what it takes to
Good point.
motivate them,
Good point. Good point.
you know, and you have to have an awareness of that. So it's going to be different. I mean, you can have the three of us grew up in the same house, and we, in some aspects, we see life different, man. Doesn't matter whether either one of us. It doesn't matter who's right or wrong. What matters is that that the household that you were raised in, that parent understood what it took for you to be able to discover and find yourself. You know what I'm saying? And what motivates you. You know, mom was very. She was very. As far as people say, "Well, can a woman raise a man to be a man?" There's questions about that, man. You can agree to disagree on it or whatever, but she never deviated from that that situation that our dad had laid out. You know what I'm saying, and say, hey, this is what I want them to be. This is how I want to raise them, and she supported that. You know what I'm saying? She supported it, and if it was some things that she didn't agree with, she didn't argue about it in front of us, but behind closed doors, it was definitely a conversation happening. You know what I'm saying? And then it got modified. So that's two people working together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get it. You know what I'm saying? Especially rearing kids. And this is, you have your idea how you think stuff should be, but you run across a kid that needs a little bit more handling. And you do what's necessary to make sure that you putting them in the position to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Based on, their personality and who they are. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I
think when it comes to just my two sons, I would love to be their friend. Would love it. But I know friendship comes with adulthood. Right now, and for my oldest son and then for my youngest son now, right now, I know I have to make a decision that they're not going to like. And I'm going to stand fast on it because if it feels to me that that's the best for them, this is what I'm going to stick to. Our dad used to say it, and I've said it many times on this podcast. He used to tell us all the time, and I didn't understand it until I had my own children. He said, I don't mind being the bad guy. Y'all remember that, right? He used to say it all the time. I don't mind being the bad guy. Never understood it when I was a youngin'. But then when I became a father, it came to me crystal clear because you will have to make decisions that your child is not going to like. And sometimes your wife is not going to like. You may not be on a unified front. Sometimes your wife won't like this. But if you are the type of parent that made sure that you prepare your child, love them in the best ways, nurture them in the best way, but prepare them in the best way for them to move on.
But let me ask you a question, bro. Where is the cutoff point? When do you allow them to make their own mistakes, man, and learn?
When they are grown, when they just make the decision to walk out the door, that's when they can make their own mistake. But when they're
at 18,
when they walk out my door. Now, sometimes you're older when you walk out the door, and I'm not talking about policing grown ass kids that just happen to work with. Happen to live with you. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when I say something to a 18-year-old who may be in college, right? I say something to an 18-year-old. I expect my opinion to weigh heavily on their decision. You know what I'm saying? I expect
say that again.
If somebody, before our children go out into this world, because they're not out in the world when they're in college. They're not out in the world because you're still paying the bills, you're still paying on the loans, you're still doing these kind of things. And in the summertime, if you have the money for them to get an apartment up at the school, cool. But if you don't, they coming back home until it's time for school again. They are still under your care, your supervision, and your guidance. But once they are, either they graduated or they decide to go a different direction, they leave school, and they make the adult decision that you may not like it, but they make that adult decision. This is what they're going to do with their life. Now it's time for you to make your own choices. But when I say,
So when did you start making your own choices?
I started to make my own choices, and I was different because I had full scholarship. So I was really basically living
Right.
in another school, in another city, right?
Right.
Where our parents didn't have to foot anything,
Right.
right? And if they did, if I did have money problems, I sucked it up until those money problems were solved on my own.
Right. Right.
But
And that's the point.
if I am still helping them, I'm not talking about, when they're still in high school and do as I say. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if I say something, hey man, you're going down the wrong road. If you're doing this, you're doing this wrong. Whether or not you have this conviction about it, I'm still taking care of you. My word and their mother's word needs to be taken in heavy consideration. You know what I'm saying? Because that's, to me, this is my own personal thing, because it ain't no right or wrong way to do this shit. It's just depending on the character of your children and how they receive you. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best way I can explain it to you.
I understand where you're coming from. I mean, just for me, it was a little different, bro. Because
exactly. Okay.
For me, when I went off on my own, I was the one that signed the promissory note. You know what I'm saying? Took on the debt.
No, it's the same thing.
My point is, and like you said, it depends on the child and the personality. But if they are actively involved in discovering their life, should you still continue to have a heavy hand in the process? Is what I'm asking.
If you're still taking care of them when they eat, where they sleep, if you still have a prominent role in that, they should at least hear what you have to say and take that in heavy consideration on whatever decision they make. And that's just coming from me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. Because you have to understand, our parents gave me their permission to guide my life, to make my decisions. I had that conversation with them. Like, yo, you're about to go out here in school. Whatever you do, how you get that parent thing. Whatever you do, your name is your name. But understand something. You can call me for guidance. You know what I'm saying? And I was told this. I could call them for guidance. But if I make my own decision, the only role that they will have with me is a support role. They don't have a prominent role. It's a role of support. And you know what the role of support is. Yo, now what do y'all think? Tell me what you think. You did it. You understand what I'm saying? You made this decision. You didn't call
me. That's pretty much what my experience. You know what I'm saying? That was my experience.
Yeah.
My freshman year, I called my dad because I was dealing with some bullshit. And his response was, hey, well, I'm just listening, son. And I'll be like, well, what do you think? Hey, man, I raised you and I taught you everything I need to know. Make a decision, son.
I got the same. I got
and
both.
And if you fail, then learn from it, and that's wisdom. You know what I mean? And then tell me how it worked out. That was my experience.
I get it. And everybody's experience is different. Just like with you, Jaquari. You probably experienced a totally different thing from me and Damon, because you're 8 years apart from me and 7 years apart from Damon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, and can you speak on to that? What? How did you feel? Because you was in the house all by yourself for at least 3 to 4 years. I know, 5 years as you was going through high school. You know what I mean?
It was rough sometime, man. I mean, it it was like, those 5 years. It was almost like, not quite being raised as an only child or whatever, but y'all was out of the house and everything, and I felt like I was in a position to where I had to get to know mom and pop all over again. You know what I mean? Because there was a point where our relationship changed. Like coming out of middle school, going into high school. You know what I mean? Uh, the expectations we talked about, the lessons they tried to impart, in home and everything. I was now expected to put those into action. You know what I mean? It was a certain standard that they set for me. That I was supposed to go out and put on the world or whatever. And it was, like I said, it was rough, man. Because just like they told y'all, the decisions y'all made was y'all decisions and everything. They told me the same thing. You know, but whether it be my insecurities or whatever, I always felt like I was in a position of being a late bloomer. For things, stepping out on my own, man, taking a chance on myself. I didn't really pay attention to the opportunities, man, to do a lot of self investment. You know what I mean? For for a long time, man. I didn't have any intentions like outside of college, because I'm like, shit, I'm gonna just graduate from high school and shit, go out to California somewhere, to college or whatever, man, and start my life. But when that didn't happen, shit, I was like, fuck, I ain't got no plan. What the hell am I gonna do? And they told me, shit, get you a job and get up early in the morning and go to work. So shit, that's what I did until I came up with a better plan, and that worked. It worked out for me in the end. But as far as those heart to heart talks, like out on the porch, you see like in goddamn Hallmark movies, where parents is really sitting down with their kids trying to step by step solve their children's issues or whatever. It didn't happen in our household, and that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, man, because failure feeds resilience. It really, really does. And it affected the way I had a hand, excuse me, in raising my daughter. Because a lot of times, especially like when she went left to center or whatever, and got jammed up. Yeah, there's discipline and everything, but sit down and tell me what your motivation was at the time. If it was just out partying, being a part of the scene, I understand it. I understand that, and I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that that's forbidden. You're a damn fool to do that because that's only gonna push you to do it. You're gonna have those times where you make mistakes or whatever, but if you don't learn from those mistakes, you're gonna find yourself in the same position, from where you started from, at a detriment.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was that son where it always came to what did you learn, man? What you gonna do? And if I grind it out and it works out for me, you know what I'm saying? I got that man, you know what, man, I like the choice you made. You know, that was my situation. You know, I don't know what you're gonna do. Make a decision. Hey, son, great decision.
I mean, you know what, man? I think just relating to what you just said, because I got that same thing too, right? But you know what it made me do? It made me see what I needed to say to my sons. It made me see that I should not coddle them, help them to go through life with the choices that they make, help them to adjust the best way they know how to adjust, right? With us, what we did was, and I think a lot of it had to do with the times, to be honest with you, because the time that the three of us was growing up, our community knew that we had to be on point. Every decision that we made, this in my opinion, every decision that we made, we understood that there had to be a decision. We had a lot of room to adjust and to make sure, you feel what I'm saying? We had a lot of room. Kids nowadays don't have a lot of room, but we was able to do these things, and thank God it was no prison time associated with neither one of us, because in my heart I believe that if it was prison time, we would have adjusted and we would have made sure things was going, because of the times where when it came to a our community of men, we knew that we had to work hard. We knew that we had to persevere, not because it was some phantom specter, that going against us. No, we understood what life was, what life had handed us. Life never handed us no free ticket. So what we learned how to do was, when we had a damn bushel of lemonade, we made that a bushel of lemons. We made that special lemonade.
You know,
We knew how much sugar to throw in it.
I asked myself, man, was it really that difficult for me? I understood what we went through. I understood what we was going through. Growing up and all that stuff. But I'm grateful, man, that it was pushed upon me to make decisions about my life. Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for that. And that's what you got your naysayers, you got your detractors, you got people who do whatever they say behind the scenes or in your damn face. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when I think about it in retrospect and I look back, I say, you know what? I didn't pay attention to any need. I accepted and dealt with the challenge that was in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And if I wanted to further advance myself, I figured out a way, because I was used to doing that. So for me, I kind of had blinders on. I kind of had blinders on, and I didn't really allow myself to be subjected to the detractors and all the bullshit. I was just like, you know what? I got a life to live, and there's things that I want to experience and things I wanted to do, and I found a way. I figured it out. And I had my failures. You know what I'm saying? I had things that I had to overcome, but that made me stronger. You know what I'm saying? It made me stronger, and I was able to figure out a pathway. You know what I'm saying? Moving forward. So for me, I was always expected to decide who and what I wanted to be in life. I was always expected to do that. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing that I respect about our parents is the fact that they instilled upon me is that it's my life and it's my choice. You know what I'm saying? And I follow, you know what I'm saying, where I'm, where my passions and desires are. They was always there to pick up the pieces, but um, it was never, well, you did it wrong and this and that. It was always, okay, so you gonna cry about it, man, or what you gonna do?
So would it be fair to say, when it comes to the three of us, we were raised to be individuals,
Yeah,
individual thinkers?
I totally agree with that.
Because I feel
Yeah.
like that. I really feel that way. You know what I'm saying? So if I make just a small example, if I make a decision to go with the crowd, that thing has been circulating through my head a million times before I take my first step to go with that crowd.
Here's the thing, man, that I respect mostly, man, is that what a lot of people don't recognize is that our parents were very insightful. They were very intelligent people. You know what I'm saying? And they were very insightful. They knew what each child needed. And if there was some push in that aspect, it was a push towards, okay, this is what I know this kid is strong at. Let me put him in a position where he can be successful. Let me offer suggestions where he could be successful. And then if you happen to be a knucklehead, don't pay attention, you know what I'm saying? Their response is, man, you're not even trying to help yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Who does that? You know what I'm saying? This is where you strong at. Why you ain't doing that? Well, you'll figure it out.
but but that's just the thing, though, man. I love them for the way they raised me and everything, man. But it's a lot of times, man, I just felt like they didn't finish the conversation, man, for real. I mean,
Do you think?
not that they dropped the what?
Go ahead, Jaquan. Finish your thought.
Not that they dropped the ball or anything like that. But there's times where I could have used a little more to an encouraging pat on the shoulder, man. For real, for real.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm to make 2 points. First of all, um, maybe they did not learn how to do that themselves. So they may encourage you. They may have encouraged you to go seek it, but they could not. And I'm just. This is all speculation. Maybe I can't tell you something that I don't know, right? And then secondly, we evolved from them in their way of thinking, in their way of being. We evolved from them, meaning that they planted the foundation for us to be able to fill in other gaps, to go further, to fill in, to build foundations for generations after us. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is speculation, just throwing it out there, because me personally, I do not tell my sons, I don't speak on something that I don't know anything about when it comes to my sons. I don't do it. I will tell them I don't know. After I say I don't know, then I go try to find out. You see what I'm saying? That's the evolution of feeling like you just said, Jaquar, you got these things, right? But you felt the job was not complete. sometimes the job is not complete because we're not capable of completing it. My opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I kind of figured that out now about several things, man. But during the
That's the
time,
whole thing, though. That's the whole thing.
yeah,
I mean, because this is why I don't. You've had friends and acquaintances and people that you love dwell on the past, the scars of the past, right?
hmm
Have you ever been in a position to listen to them and then say, I probably would have moved on from there? Not judging them as they can't move on, but looking at who you are as a person, you probably said, damn, I probably would have moved on from there because I see it for what it is and taking the emotion out of it. Because the emotion, and I speak from a personal point of view, the emotion had me holding on to that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, until I'll be like, I open up my hand with the grip that I have, and I open up my hand, and there's nothing there. Because emotion is involved, you close your fist because you think you have a hold on it. But really and truly, it's one of them kind of things where you get caught up on it and that's the human condition. Being human, you're supposed to identify the thing that hurts you and address it. But sometimes when we get the answer, we still hold on to it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I'm just speaking more of evolution more than anything. You know, look, I've always talked about from the inception of this podcast that we say things, and I hate to use this word because this word I don't like the word viral. But really, what it is insightful things that we say as individuals. We do it every 5 to 10 minutes in each episode. This is how this is how I believe because I watch every episode, and it's what I believe when I watch them. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, and I look at YouTube as the talent, and some of the things that you guys say, like wow, you know what I mean? Like I would love, most people would love to have this kind of just insight because I don't believe that we're here to solve problems. I believe that we're here to talk about problems and how we handle them. Because I think that's
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Mhm. I think we bring a certain realness, to this platform, man. Seriously, I mean, a certain regular realness. You know what I mean? And we can tell you without screaming that sometimes solutions are ugly.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And the truth is brutal. You know, at points until it softens. So
yeah. Um, got anything? I see your brow is furrowing, Damon. You got anything to add to this before we move on to the next thing that I think is pretty important?
No, my thing is simple, man. And I think I understood this later in my years. You know what I'm saying? But um, as far as solutions and stuff like that, man, you know, going through the process, your maturation process, and understanding that moving forward is you trying to understand yourself and the mistakes that you make.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're presenting that out in the world. You know, this is how I interact. If I'm not learning from my mistakes, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not aware that I'm offending people, then what am I doing? You feel what I'm saying? So for me, it's about self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? And I move. That's where I'm grounded at, and that's where I move from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There are people in your life that never forgive mistakes that you made with them or things that you might have said in gesture. You know what I'm saying? You're not even knowing that you did that or you held that position. But if they come to you and say, hey man, I didn't appreciate that, how do you respond to that? Right, man, I don't give a damn anyway. Or do you say, man, I didn't know that. I didn't know that I was carrying that you was carrying that about me, which was unintentional. So for me, it's about self-awareness, not dwelling on it or whatever, because you know we're not infallible, man. We all make mistakes, but I know how to correct my shit. You know what I'm saying? I know how to correct my shit, learn from my mistakes, and move forward and try to be a better person. You know what I'm saying? Either that person's going to accept it, be forgiving, or they're not. That's not going to stop me from learning from it and being a better person. You know what I'm saying? You can't please every damn body. You feel what I'm saying? The only thing you can do is be an example. You know, most times, I mean, how rare is it, man, that you say something to somebody and they be like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna use that," or that's good advice or whatever. No, most times, man, they look at your actions and they see how you conduct yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes it real for them. Okay, you saying it, but me seeing you live it, then I start paying attention to you. If I decide to listen. Most people don't. You know, most people want to be judgmental and put you in that box and say, "That's why I think of you." You know, and you ain't losing. You know, only thing you can do is be your best self, and everybody ain't gonna like you. Or everybody ain't gonna come to the conclusion that you made the right decision. And the irony of it is, if I'm making a decision by myself or about myself and how I conduct myself, really ain't none of your damn business. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What about you? Work on yourself because I'm sure, people offended people. People don't agree with people. It's just going through the motions and understanding thyself, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and what else can you do? You know what I'm saying? It's okay to go to a brother and say, hey, man, I was wrong in that, man. I want to apologize for it. And then keep it moving. It don't make you weak. You know what I'm saying? It makes you informative. It makes you wise. You know? We all don't do shit the same, man. That's, 8 billion people and ain't none of us exactly the same. We might have the same experiences, but we internalize it differently.
Yeah.
So who the hell anybody tells anybody how to live or how to be without addressing their own bullshit first? You know what I'm saying? And then that's when empathy comes in. Man, I know how that is, man, because I went through some similar shit. So I'm not being judgmental. I just know that sometimes there's pitfalls, man, that happen in your life, and you gotta address it and deal with it.
No doubt. I think the first hour of this episode we spoke on things that was on our mind, and I thought that really and truly the three of us were dead on in articulating how we felt, which I always enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Not that I sit there and scrutinize what's what. It's just the simple fact that sometimes, man, it's good to speak what's on your mind.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, big brother, y'all caught me off guard with this, man. I can look at all these damn notes I took, man. We ain't even talk about none of it.
Hey, look at you. There
I'm
you
just
go.
talking, man. I'm just
No.
I'm just joking.
Here's the thing. You know, I always got you.
I'm just joking, man.
No,
I rather enjoyed the conversation, to be honest with you.
no. This is the point. The point I'm trying to make to you is, I always got you. When it comes to y'all two, I try my best at least 89 to 90% of the time to keep my word. We talked about this last night. We was gonna come to it. Now, the only thing that I did wrong was I said we was gonna do it in the beginning. But the thing that you were talking about that you want to speak on, I think it's better at the end because we got everybody's attention now. You feel what I'm saying? Because the first hour of this situation was organic. We're just chopping it up. Now we're getting ready to get into what you took notes on. Damon Armstrong. Shit. Look at it. Me. I got you, bro. We got you.
Well, here's the thing, man. I don't want to talk about that shit now, man. You know.
No, hell no. We're gonna touch on it. Listen. Everybody look at the bottom of the screen. This is everyone that we that's still going strong that we had on the show. Creative Barbershop, Raleigh, North Carolina. Check them out. They got 3 outstanding barbers. I'm talking about artists. Go check them out. Secure Homes in Chicago, Illinois. Stacy Chauncey. Make sure you give him that call. Go to the website because he's gonna take care of you. He's gonna keep you secure. He's gonna give you what you need to do. He's gonna protect your home. Then we're talking about Ofafo. Originated in Pittsburgh in 1995. This is a clothing line. Go ahead and check them out because they're about everything and anything when it comes to blackness. You feel what I'm saying? Because see, this is what we're about. We're about promoting everything. And then the next thing is, you know how we get caught up in how when we building a house, do people ever think about their front doors? This is designercustomdoors.com. Owner, Dion.
Yeah, when last time it broke? When last time they been on?
It's been a minute, man. You know, I've been asking them. But it's been a minute. But Dion Brooks, Detroit, homeboy. You know, he's in the Charlotte area. Go ahead, go to their website. When you're building a home, you're gonna make sure your front door look like it's a diamond. You're gonna make it look good.
And it's gonna lock and keep your shit safe.
Yes, indeed. Can't nobody get in, and it look good at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Please go to our website. No, I'm sorry. Go to our YouTube channel, Strong Perspective Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. You know, we've been doing this for 2 years, and we've been waiting for y'all folks, people who know us, people we deal with, where we have at least 5,000 people that we know. We need 1,000 people to like and share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
So we can reach more people, because that's our goal. We promote conversation. We promote adult conversation, adult ideas. So please go to our YouTube channel, Strong Perspective Podcast, like, share, and subscribe. You know, look out for us. Do your thing,
Amen.
people.
I like to take a moment, man, to ask YouTube and TikTok and the blogosphere, man, to make me some T-shirts. And I want them to say, Uncle Spoken save the world with your money.
It's your money.
With your money. That's right.
With that being said, let me just set this set this up in. Excuse me.
Yeah. Hey, man, you don't drink no more of that.
I know. What it is he eating them red hot chips that sold from hers.
That's what that was.
Look, sometimes it get caught in your throat.
Mm.
But
Damn chips scrangling me and shit.
yeah.
Hot peppers.
So really and truly, this next topic we're going into, our brother Damon is inspired by. It's him, really and truly thinking about the evolution of who he is. And really and truly it's challenges. Challenging who we are, challenging what we can do, evolving into the people we want to become in, evolving into the people that we should be. And we take the time to get our shit together and make it happen. So, Damon, I'm going to hand it over to you to really and truly reinforce exactly what you think what direction we should go into.
Well, I was sitting back thinking. It's been a while since I've been thinking about certain things, man, that I need to incorporate in my life, man. You know what I'm saying? Taking certain action steps. And I was sitting down one day and I was like, man, what is it that I would love to be happening in my life right now? And I immediately went to my kids and my wife and said, they have everything they need, you know what I'm saying? They're in a position where they can be inspired to take chances and stuff like that. And as I was sitting there thinking, I never brought myself into the equation. You know what I'm saying? And it was because I did not dare to dream about the things, man, that I dreamed about in the beginning of my life. When I was getting out in the world, and I said, you know what? These are the things that I want to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that I wanted to accomplish in my life. And because, life happens and they get in the way, those dreams kind of dissipate. And you don't know. You know what I'm saying? And then I found myself saying, man, you know what? Did I really, really address that in my life? The things that I want to experience, and incorporate in my life. And I wanted to be a worldly person, And then I asked myself, I said, man, do I dare to dream at 58 years old anymore? You know what I'm saying? Is my life, man, just to coast now and just say, hey, everything is cool. We maintain it. We're alive, relatively healthy and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then I realized there's a whole world out there. And then I started remembering all those things, man, that I wanted to accomplish. Dare to dream, man, and put forth the action steps to make those things happen. What's stopping me from doing it? It's the effort. Do I want to travel the world? There are places that I want to go, things I want to experience. You know what I'm saying? Are those foregone, conclusions? It's not going to ever happen, but it was a nice thought. Or do I actually put in the work, man, to make it happen for my personal self, for me? And once I put things in the plans and the action steps, I incorporate everybody, or I invite and say, hey, man, come and experience this with me. And that's a joyful thing, man. That's something, man, that's positive. What do we just go through the motions of life and just accept what comes to us, or do we go out there and live it? You're never too old to do that shit, man. You know. So I wrote down, you know, finding action steps or finding exactly what it is that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And put it into motion. My action steps, put it into motion to make it happen and not relent from it. You know what I'm saying? If it requires saving money, if it requires, you know, canceling things, you know, putting that first, living life, having something to talk about. Because you know, there's nothing more gratifying, man, to sit back with your loved ones and talk about the experience and the joy you experience doing things, living life, accomplishing goals, lifelong goals that you always put on the back burner. So how do you do that, man? It's all effort. It's all planning. It's all determination, you know, and wanting not for your life to be mundane or be this procrastinator, but actually doing it. You know what I'm saying? Achieving goals, man, is a hell of an aphrodisiac, man. It's you know what I'm saying? It gives your life purpose. You know, so I would encourage people, man. Hey, if you want to travel overseas or go down to the island and put your feet in the water, or you want to start up a business, you know, get into, you know, get involved with people who can steer you in the right direction, man. Be determined to do that, you know. Like I say, man, for me, just thinking about it. I mean, here's a blessing, man. When you look at your family, man, that you raised and that you supported, and everybody's in a good place, then you don't have no damn excuse anymore, man. Because you put in the work. Now it's time to reap the benefits of your labors and your patience and your sacrifices, for lack of a better phrase. And say, hey, man, you know, I'm gonna do this. For some people, it might be getting that damn 1968 Buick Riviera and fixing it up because that's your dream car. You know what I'm saying? All that requires is finding it and working on it, but taking the first step. You know, don't go to your grave saying, man, you know, I wish I could have. You know what I'm saying? That's not a life to live, man. Do it if you're in the position to. And just like Bob told me, hey, man, you work the job, man. You can get the things you want. You know what I'm saying? You can get the things you want. You just got to have the perseverance, number one, and the number two, to realize, you know, bring it to, you know, fruition, make it happen. And that's just one thing, man, that you accomplish. Then you move on to the next, you know, until they throw dirt on your face. You know, stagnation, man, and procrastination is not a good thing, bro. And you can fall into that, man, and that can become your life. You know, that can become your life, and you know, you look in your scrapbook with all the places you want to visit, and the paper, the pictures is turning brown and fading. You know, because they're old dreams that was never, you know, accomplished. And all I'm saying, man, is that, man, if you dare to dream, man, then go for it, and don't make any excuses. You know.
So let me ask you this. Throughout the week, we talked about inspiring people when it comes to personal challenges. Is there something that you want to be the inaugural point when it comes to personal challenges of what you want to do, and we're going to do from episode to episode, and we'll be checking in with you of what exactly the progress of what's going on. Is it something that you have, or?
So me personally, like I said, I come up with what it is that I want to accomplish. I write down the action steps to do it and actually do it. So it might be a challenge that I do for myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? What made me think about this, man, in terms of challenging yourself and being consistent with it and being able to recognize this is what you're doing on a regular basis that's moving you in a positive direction. Like I told you guys last night, every morning before I put my feet on the bed, I pray, man. You know what I'm saying? I pray about, hey, this is what it is that I want to accomplish in my life. This is where I need to have peace at. And I pray for this person, pray for that family, and all that stuff. And I say, okay, now is the time to, to make things happen. Now is the time to be inspired to do something and be consistent and actually put in the work so that it is constantly in your head and you're coming up with ideas of how to move in the direction that you want to, try to move in. And the only person that's going to stop you from doing that is yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you're interacting with yourself. You're interacting with your ideas. You know what I'm saying? You're coming up with, if it don't work, you're coming up with a different pathway. And what is that word I'm looking for? It's slipping my mind now, but it's about self-affirmation, man. I deserve this, man. I'm in this world. You know what I'm saying? These are the things, man, that I can work for, be accomplished at it, and enjoy it in real time. It can be an annual thing. Coming up with different things, different ideas, man, move forward. I want to learn. My son is learning the instruments now, heavily into it. I admire him for that, man. He decided, I want to learn how to play the bass. I want to learn how to play the guitar. And he's actually doing it. I watch him practice every day. And I'm like, wow, I admire that. And this is for his age. He's an accomplished guy. You know what I'm saying? Graduated from college, got a good job. Now he's looking for those things, man, that can start out as a hobby, but the more he get off into it, it might be a gig he do on the side on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Because he enjoy the atmosphere and he enjoy playing that instrument. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's daring the dream. That's making a decision, man, to be out there and learning and putting something out there, man, that people might enjoy. I don't know if I'm clarifying it, but
no, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I think what I'm getting from you is pick one thing, and you that guy pick two things that you challenge yourself to stick to. So, me personally, Jaquari, this is how I am. Is I've been on a health kick, but I have not been purely on a health kick. Meaning that I still exercise. I walk 3 to 4 times a week, 3 miles, right? And I make sure I go to the gym at least 4 times a week. No heavy lifting, but I'm sculpting. And my challenge to me is, and I'm going to put it here, is to stay consistent, because I plan on living well into my 80s with a clear mind, with a healthy body, to be there me and my wife, to be there for our children and our grandchildren. And that's my challenge. That's the challenge that I put forth. And I'll speak on it as much as I possibly can. I mean, that's the challenge I issue for myself.
Yeah, I haven't narrowed anything down yet, man. To be truthful,
Take
you
your time.
because there's so many things, that I like to, at least tweak. Some things need to go under complete construction, man. Like I'm trying to get my body right too, man. It's a bitch. It is a real bitch, seriously, man. Because I find myself having to, do different things in the gym in different ways that I just ain't used to, because when I was younger or whatever, my motivation sort of matched my mindset.
Okay.
Now shit, I'm reading books on freaking gym techniques and all that shit, and buying books on workouts and all that, spending money on this shit, but finding the motivation to go and do it, is not there sometimes.
Do not spend no money on techniques and different programs, because you got YouTube. YouTube is a wonderful thing.
Got everything on there.
I say that it has everything on there. And meaning it may not be right, but it's going to give you a general idea of where right is. You understand what I'm saying to you? That's what it is. That's what YouTube has evolved into. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm saying to you. Don't spend no money on it.
Y'all know what's crazy? Y'all know what's crazy, man? My whole life, man, people always tell me, man, hey, lift this way or lift that way, whatever. I was always that guy, man, who discovered himself, man. This is how I got myself into shape. This is how I stayed in shape, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I know how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to follow. I know how to get myself into shape. And knowing that, having that information, there's no excuse, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking personally for myself, and that's what I mean by taking a step there to try things, man, or rediscover shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of just saying, you know what, this is how it is. You know what? I got gout, man, so I can't do it anymore. No, man, you change your diet, bro. You feel me? And you build up that joint. You build up the strength. You know how to do that instead of just suffering from the disease. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, man, you know what? I love Michigan with the different seasons. You know what I'm saying? What gives me joy is driving up north, looking at the color change of the leaves. That requires getting up off your ass and going to do it. And that gives you joy. That's a memory that you can go back on, which might inspire you to go and take a couple with you. I'm saying this is what we do. This is retuning. This brings us joy. This is new discovery at 58 years old. You know what I'm saying? Life doesn't end there. It's not downhill from there. What it is, man, is that you got to rediscover yourself and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Because I think about it. I think about eating different, eating healthier. You know what I'm saying? I think about the results that would come from what it is that I already know how to do. Instead of saying, I'm not going to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, a person has to be selfish in that regard to say, you know what? I'm going to set aside the time to do this. You know what I'm saying? Not suffer from that. You know what I'm saying? Respecting time. Just think about all the things, man, that you guys enjoy doing, man. As you do it, every minute of the day means something. See what I'm saying? And at 8:30 at night, you ready to go to sleep because you accomplished a lot of shit. You accomplished a lot. And you're like, wow. It was just a matter of effort. Making a plan, be it long or short term. You know what I'm saying? Just getting into it and enjoying the damn journey of it.
Look, being on somebody, not being on somebody else's clock, but being on your own clock is life changing. Period.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Especially, man, the older you get and you pretty much gave up on that shit. And then you rediscover yourself and say, man, you know what? It's not as difficult as I thought it was.
Yeah.
You know, taking a drive, man, and listening to good music, man, and being inspired by that and coming home with a good positive attitude because you did self-care, self-affirmation. And that's what I meant by that, you know. Another thing I was talking about was time management. You know, time management. If you can fill your life, if you can fill your day with things, man, that is self-affirming, man, and you accomplish those goals, then you have a purpose. And that extends your life, man.
Yeah.
That extends your life. Instead of just saying, well, I'm 375 pounds and shit, I guess that's how it turned out.
Damn.
You know,
375.
I mean, that's exaggerated number, but what I'm saying is,
not when you're talking about your big brother, it's not exaggerated because if I'm not careful, I'll go back on that end of it. I'm way on the other end of it,
but isn't it up to you?
I looked at the doctor. I said, "Man, I should punch you in your mouth for saying that shit."
Yeah,
that's real.
I'm just saying, man. Do we really have to accept shit, man?
No,
say this is how it is.
That's my point. Damon, you said this and reinforced it for me. We were talking about this particular subject, and you said we accept certain things that we have no business accepting.
Yep.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a simple example. I bought these magnets where my grandbaby can build stuff, right? She be building towers and boats and all kind of shit. Shit blows my mind, man. And I would sit there and watch her, sitting in my damn my chair with my feet kicked back, and I'm like, yeah, baby, that's real nice. Videotaping and all that stuff. And then one day she came to me and she said, "Granddaddy, can you help me? Can you get down on the floor with me?" And my hip was hurting, and I said, "Oh no, man, I can't do that. I can't do that, you know." And she lost interest.
God.
She lost interest. And then I brought him back out, and she was like, "Man, I done did my thing with that. It's time to move on to something else, right?" And then I got my ass on the floor, and I said, "Well, let me show you this. Can I help you with that? Let me show you this." And we started building other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then it dawned on me that I could have kept her interested in that and her discovering things and creating and all that stuff. And all I had to do was get my ass on the floor. You know what I'm saying? That's all I had to do. Now she creating stuff, and I'm like looking at the diagram and trying to outdo her. You know what I'm saying? So it's a competition. You know what I'm saying? And she's benefiting from that, and I am too. But I had made up in my mind, I can't, if I get down there, man, you know what I'm saying? I got to crawl up the damn furniture to get back up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I made. That's what I told myself in my head.
Yeah.
Without actually doing it. And once I did it, I'm like, man, this shit is fun, man.
Yeah.
This is fun. You know, and not only do we build stuff, we draw and create and we do all this stuff, and they open up a whole new world, man. Because I didn't deny it. I stopped denying myself and her because of what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, now I get up without grabbing shit. I just stand straight up. You know, and it's like, wow.
With a little pop, 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 but you ignore it.
I'll take me a Motrin and I keep it moving. I'll keep it moving because I'm not going to deny her that.
Yeah.
Or myself.
Yeah.
Now you just think about all the little situations that's like that. Nothing that's majorly important, but just the little things. I'm not going to walk these 3 miles today, man, because I'm just going to chill.
I've been
But when you force yourself to do it, and you on that journey, you walking those 3 miles, you might walk 5 or 6, because your mind is in tune to nature, and your mind is in tune to the journey, and it's not exercise. You know what I'm saying? It's not exercise. It's something that you incorporate in your life that you find out that you truly enjoy. You know what I'm saying? But you just got to make that effort and just do it. And that, you know, and if you have to sit down and write it out and say, okay, I'm gonna follow this, and I'm gonna follow that. After a while, you don't need the instructions anymore. It just be routine for you, and you do it every day, and you reap benefits from it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, let's do this. Last topic of the day, and this is what I want you to do. I want you both to use your imagination when it comes to this. September 28th, I will turn the big 60, 60 years old, right? So my question to you two young men is this. Whenever your birthday, which is in the fall and winter months, both of you guys, whenever your birthday occurs, what do you see the next year for you mentally? What is your goal mentally for the next year? Well, Damon, you're going to turn 59. What do you see for age 60? Jaquari?
For age 60?
For age 60. Because you're going to turn 59 this year, right?
Right.
Jaquari, you are 8 years. So do the calculation, man, because I'm old.
It's 52.
So from
In October.
From 52 to 53, what is your goal mentally and spiritually? Damon, what is your goal mentally and spiritually?
My goal is to continue to get into my spirituality, you know what I'm saying, what it is, man, that's meaningful, you know what I'm saying, that gives me peace, you know what I'm saying, understanding that I need to give grace when I'll be on my bullshit, you know, understanding that I control, you know what I'm saying, who I am and what I'm trying to be. I don't let the world dictate that, man. And for me, it's all about being excited about the possibilities, man. Whatever it is that I want to try, and I don't allow age to factor in, you know, or health issue. I don't allow that to factor in. That's my goal. It's like I'm not going to wake up one day. I'm gonna wake up and health is not going to be an issue, man, because I'm making an effort. You know, and the crazy part about it is I know how to do it, man. I'm just choosing not to. You know, just choosing not to. And getting out and living in the world, man. You know, I've been slowly taking myself away from the politics and the bullshit that you see on TV and all that stuff because it's all designed, man, to keep you from living your life, man. You know what I'm saying? With somebody else's whatever, which has nothing to do with you and what you need or want to accomplish in your life. You know what I'm saying? You decide, man, and you go for it. You know what I'm saying? You decide, you go for it, and once you do that on a regular basis, man, it becomes habit, and then you start seeing the world different, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You're not, you know, you become fearless in living your life.
You're
We as black men, you know, we tell ourselves there's always a threat around the corner. Come on, man. How often do you run into that threat, bro? How often? It's very rare, to be honest with you, unless you put yourself in a dangerous situation. But just living a life and going about your business, tragedy don't strike every 6 weeks. It don't. But you sit around and you anticipate that shit. That's not living. Nobody should be under that scrutiny or that type of stress, man. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Life is to live. Life is to get out there and experience shit. You know?
Okay.
And if things come to you where you got to handle, you handle it.
Okay. Quiet.
Plain and simple.
Year 53. Do you have
53, man? I really don't, man. I mean, other than to, you know, like professionally, man, you know, try to figure out, figure out, you know, my retirement and everything, man. Maybe even uh, the creation of a couple of different revenue streams, you know, because I'm really starting to become hyper vigilant and paranoid about my retirement, man. I really am. You
Gotcha.
know, the world ain't getting no cheaper. You know, but yeah, it's financial and physical security, man. Making sure I'm around, I'm around to, you know, to enjoy myself, man. You know, the older I get, the more selfish I get, and the more shiny shit I like to have, man. So you know, maybe some of that, you know, and spiritually, you know what, I've always been, what you might say is, I've always been ambiguous when it comes to spirituality, man. You know, the Bible and things of a supernatural religious nature, man. You know, I really never mix well with. You know what I mean? Not saying that I don't have a spiritual side, man. I do believe in, you know, and you know, I do believe in the Almighty. I do believe that He has a plan for, you know, for all of us. But the interpretations I've received throughout my years, man, I don't really align with much. You know what I mean? I find very little, and I don't want to sound away, but this is how it's coming to my mind. You know, I find very little useful knowledge in the Bible. I really do. I really do. And you know, it's parts of the Bible that, you know, I could probably learn to love because, you know, honestly, I don't know the Bible, man. I don't know the Bible, you know, and I don't know if it's if I was turned off at a younger age because it was a difficult read for me, or you know, at some point in time, my understanding of the stories that I read in the Bible were just too stark for me. You know, because it truly is the greatest story ever told. You know what I mean? And if I was to take those stories and parables, at a historical value, man, and really truly believe that these events, occurred or whatever, then what kind of world are we living in? You know, this book is from the onset of history, from the onset of religious history, Christian history or whatever. Explains all these wonderful events, wonderful and terrible events that took place, in the development of the canon today. So are these miracles and similar miracles not happening today? And if they are, why can't I see them? What is it about me that has jaded me to the point where I don't even care to notice these miracles, you know? And ultimately, man, how much of a price am I gonna have to pay for that ignorance?
I got
Yeah.
you. Okay. Um, I think year 60 to 61 is the same as from 59 to 60, is to really and truly reinforce how I think and cast away the BS and to stand on who I feel I am, period. Because I've had a lot of practice in being there for other people. I had a lot of practice in really being sacrificing for people as a whole. So what I want to do is even out the score when it comes to what I do for me. And I'm not talking about, being selfish and saying no and this and that. No, I'm talking about being a sponge on the positive energy that I'm supposed to receive. So from 60 to 61, that's my goal. That's how I see it, and that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? I think this has been a great. We're going to. We're in the vapors of this last episode. I think it was some great content on how we feel and what we think and all these different things. So we're going to end it off with last words, and we'll start with you, Damon. What's your last words for tonight's episode?
I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? We talked about some, we've had good information, good content in there. What I am motivated by, man, is to make sure that, that I'm staying focused on, um, I mean, things happen, man, in the world, but what is most important to me, man, is to stay inspired. You know what I'm saying? I want to stay inspired based on the thing, how I see the world, based on my life lived and all this stuff. Okay, what is it that I want to experience? What is it that I want to see? You know what I'm saying? And it's love and respect and camaraderie and all of that. I want to know how I fit in that after I went through my maturation process as I'm trying to be and become a better person. Okay, where do I fit? You know what I'm saying? Understanding that my life matters based on my shit, who I am. Dare to dream, man. Okay, what is it that I want to experience? Do I want to go to France, man, on a cobble street and eat a damn crepe? I'm saying I want to know what the hell that feels like, and meeting the people that's there. Hey, I'm from America. Hey, well, how is it here? You know what I'm saying? Going to Africa, doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Experiencing the world because we all are of the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Do I want restriction? Do I want to be put in a lane? I don't want to be that. I want to be free in thought and spirit. You know what I'm saying? And all that requires is for me to make an effort, not nobody, because nobody's restricting me from anything. I'm doing that shit to myself. You know what I'm saying? And I want to experience that with my loved ones and my friends. Something different, you know, and being able in my twilight years
Excuse me.
discussing it. Hey, remember when we did this and did that, and how wonderful was that experience, man? And all it requires is actions, planning and taking action steps, man. It's not out of your grasp. It's not, it's not out of your reach.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. I really do. Not to contradict you in any, or anything, man, but for me, I think it's going to be paramount and most important for me, to make the move. You know what I mean? Because I might talk about making the move, no matter what the move is. I might talk about making it with somebody, man, making plans with that person or those people, and uh, some for some reason or another, the plans don't come to fruition, and I'm frustrated or whatever. When all I had to do from the start was just make the move. You know what I mean? I'm tired of waiting.
Yeah.
My
I'm
man.
I'm very tired. I'm very tired of waiting. And when I was in the frame of mind that helped me come up with excuses for waiting, I'm starting to feel like I lost out on a lot, and I
Gotcha.
don't want I don't want to feel like that anymore. So I'm gonna make the move, man. I'm gonna pull the trigger. Some I want to get, or some I want to do, some I want to be involved in. I'm just gonna do it.
That's all we got.
Respect.
That's all we have, man. Go after the things that you want and who you want to be. You know what I
And
mean?
whatever that you need me to, however you need me to support you in that, I'm with you. And we can do that for the rest of our lives, bro.
No
Mhm.
doubt. No doubt. Well, listen, as always, it's always been a great experience on Strong Perspective Podcast. Do us a favor, go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. Build our numbers up because our numbers deserve to be built up. And the content that we give you is fire content. It's what we are. It's what we do. With our hosts and our guests, we give you everything that we have and a lot of what you need, especially old heads like ourselves. You run into our you run into our YouTube channel, check us out. The shorts, the actual full episodes, check us out because it's what you need. So my thing is tune in and what they say, same back channel, same back chime, same bad experience. I added some shit. Every Friday at 7:30. Check us out. The Strong Perspective Podcast. Any last things, fellas?
Yeah, what I want to say is that I'm gonna keep it on this podcast. I'm gonna keep everybody informed, man, of what it is that I dare to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Not any excuses. Let you know, hey, man, this is what I tried. This is, you know what I'm saying? What I made plan, what I'm making plans to do. These are efforts that I'm taking. You
Yeah.
know, and and stick with that, man. Try to be an example of it.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Life is about living. Life is about moving outside of your comfort zone. You know, and I'll keep everybody informed of what I'm doing. Me and my family, me and my
So
wife.
what's you have the actual challenge, Damon, or what do you want to do?
My challenge, man,
Think
is
about
that my challenge is every weekend I'm taking my wife out of Albion, man, and we're gonna go and experience life, be it in Ann Arbor where our daughter is, be it in Mount Pleasant, be it in Detroit, be it in South, no matter where it is, be it back down to Adrian, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna experience life.
So the challenge is experience life with the person that you love.
Experience life with the person that you want, that that you feel good with spending time with.
That's real. That's a
You know what I'm
real
saying? So she ain't gonna appreciate that. Don't be telling our business.
The fuck is you doing?
Now we got to we got to make sure the ring is working.
Yeah. You Quarry, any last words, brother?
Peace.
All right. This is Strong Perspective Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe to our situation. And if you want to come on the show, talk about what you want to talk about, hey, make sure you send me a message. Either through IG, DM me on IG, or message me on Facebook, or just reach out to me. You got my number. All right? We here. We here for you. We here for ourselves. This is Strong Perspective Podcast. Y'all have a good night.